Yeah, this is Robin from the Back Pain Secret podcast, and today's topic is this: back pain and the connection to frustrating people. Back pain and the connection to frustrating people. So I'm going to be right back after I play the intro song. See you soon.
So here's the important question. How can back pain sufferers like us, who don't want to use prescription drugs or go through surgery, heal our back pain? How do we live our daily lives in a way that allows us to go to work, take care of our families, enjoy life, and still manage our back pain? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Robin Wakeham, and welcome to Back Pain Secrets.
Okay, guys, so I'm back. So today's topic is back pain and the connection to frustrating people, okay? And what do I mean with that? You know, guys, it's kind of a mysterious title, but the frustration you have or create inside of your body can actually affect your back pain. So I'm going to tell you guys a bit of a story, as I always do. Today's patient, it's a made-up patient, someone I had way back, and it's a made-up name, so we protect the innocent, right? So today we're going to talk about Timothy, okay? And Timothy is and was a 45-year-old man. He had 3 kids. He was married to a wife. And he had experienced sciatica pain between 4 or 5 years, you know, off and on, coming on, off and on. And the thing that was very apparent when you met Timothy was that he was almost frustrated, you know. He had this frustration inside of him that you just oozing frustration, and he had like an irritation. When you met him, you felt like he was irritated. And this was I met him a few times, you know, 2 or 3 times, and first times when he visited me, you could actually feel his frustration and his irritation around everything, you know, life. So externally, you know, Timothy was telling me, you know, he didn't really listen to people at all. Everything he did in his day-to-day life was very quick. He was very, very stressed and did everything 2 or 3 times the speed as other people did, you know. He slept between 4 and 5 hours a night, you know. He told me he didn't really have time to sleep more than that. And he was on a coffee binge more or less 24/7, you know. He had like 8 to 10 to 12 to 15 cups of coffee a day. He often forgot to eat lunch because he was so stressed. And when you could, on his face, you know, when you saw Timothy, he looked like angry. He had his eyes were squinting, and he had this like big V between his eyebrows, you know. He just looked like he was in pain and irritated all the time, you know. So about like when he visited me, Timothy, you know, he's sciatica that was in his right leg, if I remember correctly. It was more or less constant, you know. And before he had like some lower back pain, some problems in his buttocks and down his leg. But now it was more or less 24/7, you know, and it felt more like electricity down his leg. And he needed a solution to reduce this sciatica pain. He also was telling me that he felt more and more alone because people, he found it more and more hard to work with people because the frustration he felt pushed people away. So whenever he was working on a project or a business deal or something, his whole being was just pushing people away, and that caused him even more frustration because he was telling people what to do, but they weren't really doing it because they thought he was an asshole, right? So it was an off and on there, and he was telling me that every time I get angry and frustrated, my sciatica pain increases down my leg, you know. And he more or less came to me and he told me, you know, that I want people to understand, you know, please understand me, you know, please help me to get my shit done, you know. And we had to talk about this, you know, and we talked about other stuff as well, of course. And he got all the ordinary stuff. Like when you come, I've been working as a physiotherapist for 20 years. I've had a big accident playing ice hockey myself. So I have a serious back condition myself that I struggle with every day. I haven't had an operation, but I do my training and I do all of this. And I've been treating people for almost 20 years now with back pain. So I have some knowledge regarding the subject, right? So I was telling him, you can do your core stability exercises, of course. You can stand up at work. You can do your 40-minute walk every morning, and all of that, But as the way I see it, Timothy, is that you have some other stuff going on in your life, and this is with this frustration you're feeling towards the human beings that you interact with every day. And before you get rid of this, you're going to have your back pain, your sciatica pain. So he's telling me, Timothy asked me, what should I do, Robin? What can I do about it? And I told him, way back when I was in most pain and irritated and didn't have a solution for it, I went through the same thing more or less, and I meet quite a lot of people in my line of work that are going through the same thing that you are. So I would tell you, or I would recommend you to try out a few of these things, okay? And you guys that are listening to this outside now, I would encourage you to try this out for at least 30 days, and if you're on a consistent basis, feel that whenever you're interacting with a human being or another person, you feel frustration and anger, Once in a while, you can always have that. But if this is a consistent thing in your life, that you're always more or less frustrated and people are frustrated around you, you should think about some few of these things, I'm going to take up 4 things that you should think about if you're having problem with frustrating people. Number 1, okay? The reality, guys, in the world is that whenever you meet someone, we're really a bunch of people, and everyone's walking around with a big sign on their forehead, and they're just saying, please understand me, okay? Please be patient with me, okay? And please help me. So whenever you meet someone, it could be like anywhere, just have that in the back of your head, that everyone's going through different stuff on a day-to-day basis. It's hard out there, and life is tough, and we're all just trying to go through our day, through our life, through our week without like crashing, okay? So have that in the back of your head, please understand me, please be patient with me, and please help me. That's like the 3 things that most people that you meet, they have that, internally. They might not even show it, but that's what they're saying, okay? Number 2, guys, it's clarity. It's the clarity, Do people really understand what you desire, what you are thinking about, what you want, okay? What you're dreaming about, Most people frustrate you because they don't really know this, okay? They don't really know what you have planned, okay? So you really need to be very, very take your time to make sure that they very clearly understand what you're planning to do, okay? You can't just assume that people won't understand what you're thinking about and what you're doing, okay? Because I see this in all sorts of life, even like high level executives and people on lower levels as well. People are always frustrated but they haven't really been very clear of what the plan is, so people don't understand it, and then chaos happens, so be very, very clear and explain it to people, not just once or twice or 3 times. Do it loads of times and make sure that they understand the plan before you get going, okay? Then you have number 3, okay? Also something that's very, very overlooked. People, okay, lack the competency, okay, or confidence to do what you want them to do, okay? People lack the competency or confidence to do what you want them to do, okay? So it's very, very easy to get on people's back and get frustrated with them because if they don't know what to do, they just don't have the tools for it, they don't have the knowledge for it, they will start to feel very, very overwhelmed with the task, okay? And a lot of times when you feel this enormous feeling that you're overwhelmed, that increases stress, and it also brings out anger, okay? So you as a leader, sometimes you just have to coach people, and take it slow and make sure that they do stuff gradually, and that's going to reduce the frustration with you and the person that you're dealing with, So also it could be a confidence thing, that they know what to do, but they just haven't done it before, or they're going through something that's affecting their confidence, and you just need to help them along. Okay, it's very, very easy to get on people's cases, but a lot of the times, like I said, they don't really know what to do, or they lack the confidence. And you as a leader then need to step up and make sure that you show patience with the people around you and coach them. Okay. And then number 4, okay, this is a trait that I see in a lot of people with back pain. A lot of people with back pain have this an A personality. They're very like, they want to take responsibility for everything. They like order. They're a bit like neat freaks, and they crave structure, and they want to control everything. And I have had this problem as well before. I let this go because I know that it's something that's not really productive if you have back pain, or in life, or in dealing with people. So it's you have to come to an understanding that you can't control everyone or every situation in your life. Okay, there's so much stuff going on in the world, and most of it you can't really control at all. So you just need to calm down when stuff doesn't really go the way you want it to go, or stuff when you're really, really stressed and pressed, and stuff, the pressure is on. You need to teach yourself to calm down. Okay, to stay focused, and you can definitely expect that chaos is going to strike. We can have like an example now. It's the coronavirus right now, and we're in the midst of it. The whole world is in chaos. Okay, it's horrible. It's horrible. Not just the people getting sick, but also all the stuff that's the economy, and all the stuff that's going to be dragging on for years to come. But in the midst of it, we need to stay calm. Okay, and still stay loving to one another. Okay, and just do our best and help out. So that's like the 4 things you should really think about on a day-to-day basis if you're constantly having problems with dealing with frustrating people. Okay, so I hope that helps, guys. Okay, and I hope you're out for your morning walk, 40 minutes first thing in the morning. Never miss it. That's the number 1 thing you should do. You should also get a standing desk at work and stand up for 30 minutes in the morning, after lunch, and in the afternoon. Okay, and guys, remember, just 1 step away from healing your back pain. Bye-bye.
Want more back pain secrets? Then go ahead and get your free copy of my best-selling book, Back Pain Secrets, at backpainsecrets.com. Inside this book, you will find my top secrets to healing your back pain without prescription drugs or surgery that have helped thousands of other people just like you.